Warning! Foreign accent! 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Welcome to another episode from The Foreign Citizen.
Yo.
Joseph,
Hey.
welcome to the podcast, man.
What's up?
Glad to have you.
Same here.
Finally, after
Yeah.
like a month or so,
More.
we're trying to
Catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Went to Lebanon, came back. Now we're here.
Yeah.
How's everything?
Good. Good. Very nice. A lot of people passing by. It has been very interesting, actually. This 2 years have been really very, very interesting for me. I've met you in the past, last year, I think?
Last year, and it was, man, did I ever tell you how we met?
No.
Pure,
Man, it was,
like,
it was so funny.
It was actually so funny, and the fact that it came also in the right time. There was something that I was trying to do as well, that
Mhm.
I needed someone that is Lebanese, that is going back home, and everything fall at the right place in the right time.
Man.
So we met at this CrossFit
Mm-hmm.
that I joined like a month or something. Then I was talking to one of the guys there, and he said, "Oh yeah, you're Lebanese. There is another Lebanese." I'm like, "What are the odds to find one other Lebanese here?" I mean, there are Lebanese
Man.
in Miami.
And we were working out together for like 2 weeks without knowing that we are Lebanese. We were doing the same workout every day and just not talking to each other, and we didn't know we were Lebanese. And this guy, Brad, it was Brad, right?
Brad, yeah.
Is it?
And Brad, he's like, "Hey, there is another Lebanese. Do you know that this guy called Samer is Lebanese?" I'm like, "Really? Lebanese?" He's like, yeah, Lebanese. And then, we were working out next to each other, same box next to each other. And then still was COVID, but we're working outside. And then I'm like, "Hey, what's up?" I started talking to him in Arabic. He looked at me and I looked at him like, I'm like, yeah. I'm speaking to you in Arabic.
That's
yes.
That's real.
Yeah,
something
exactly.
something that happened when you meet another person from your country is like immediately you're brothers.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Lebanese also, the more, I think, obviously we're not a huge population, so that makes you also, the odds of you finding Lebanese, it's becoming more and more because
Man,
we're all
we're freaking
migrating.
everywhere, man.
Yeah, but
we're
everywhere, but also the fact that, Miami, I mean, I think I've met 1 or 2 Lebanese other than Samer, that's max. And if not Lebanese, they would be most probably like from the Middle East. They speak Arabic, they could be Syrian, Jordanian, whatever. But rarely do I find like a Lebanese, although I'm sure because there's plenty of Lebanese restaurants,
right.
there's, and I know there is a big community of Lebanese in Florida in general. I even have 2 cousins here, so it's very interesting. So we met there in the box.
And the CrossFit.
In the CrossFit.
Which is a topic I think we're gonna come back to and talk about it like during this episode.
Yeah.
But before getting there, tell us how you end up here, man. How you became a foreign citizen.
That's actually very interesting. So when I was 18, it goes back to that much. And the reason why I want to talk about that, because as all Lebanese, most of us think that we can't accomplish many things in our country. We don't have enough opportunities, unfortunately, and we don't see future in Lebanon. And for me, I had 2 things in my head. One, that I will never marry a Lebanese, unfortunately. That was my mentality. And the second is that I will not live in Lebanon. So I was pretty much sure that my way is not Lebanon.
Why you didn't want to marry Lebanese?
I was about to ask that.
No offense to Lebanese women.
I thought, no, not at all. It's not about the Lebanese women, actually. They're amazing, they're great, they're beautiful, everything.
And your mom is Lebanese. So.
And my mom is Lebanese, and my family is Lebanese, and I was born in Lebanon. I'm a first generation. Has nothing to do at all with the Lebanese. It's more about me. I did not feel that I could live with
the Lebanese life. Yeah.
And I didn't want anything to hold me back to Lebanon.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to get stuck in Lebanon. I didn't want to be bounded with someone and then like this person, I want to live close to my country or I want to live in Lebanon. that's not what I really wanted. What I wanted from day one is to leave Lebanon. So when I was 18 and I applied to go to study in Canada, for many reasons, life, I think, did not bring it to me. And I applied, I remember HEC Montreal. And I come from a very modest family, not rich, so my parents couldn't afford anyway to send me. But I wanted to try my luck because I had cousins in Canada, and I always thought that somehow Canada is like nice and it can open my way, you know.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen.
Canada is the gate to the United States.
Yes, and I think Canada is also like, I had this great cousins there. I love them. I have like my second mom there also. She's my aunt. And I have also my cousin who was born the same year, same week. We had that great connection as well.
So you had all the support you need in Canada.
Yes, in a way. And those guys have been living there for like 25, 30 years. So they're Canadian 100%. So I was like, let me apply and let me see if it happens. It didn't happen. And my dad was sick at that time. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go study in Beirut. So I left the house, started studying there for 2-3 years, finished my degree, did my master. And by the time I was finishing my master, and why I said everything happened for a reason is my dad was passing away. So he passed away, he died from cancer. And I took then the decision to leave. I was lucky, like all of us, we had some Lebanese friends or friends of ours have left to Dubai or to Doha. So I was working in Lebanon like 3 jobs at the same time. I was a DJ, I was studying my
You were
master.
a DJ?
Yeah, I was a DJ.
You never told me that.
Yeah, I was a DJ
So you
for
fit right
2
in
years.
Miami, man.
I mean, was I a great DJ? Obviously not. I was just a DJ, you know, just like a kid.
Play, stop.
Yeah, exactly. But I had a good taste in music. I had it. I no longer had. I was like into music a lot. One of my good friends was a DJ, and he taught me. And you know, we always talked about music, and I collected CDs back at the time and cassettes and stuff like this. You know, so I was like really into that.
There is one stage in Lebanon, man, and you need to understand that, Julio, that everyone was a DJ. Like the entire population, man, was a DJ. It was insane.
And that was like what? I was like 21 maybe, and then I was like waitering at the weekend. So, and I'm gonna take you why I'm telling you that story, because I'll get you to where I'm going. And then and you will see that later on in the conversation. Where does this take you, basically? And then I was waitering at a French restaurant on the weekend. I was studying my 2 masters in NDU and Bordeaux 4 in France, and I was basically also doing a full-time job. I was working as a freight forward company, who gave me my first shot at traveling. And I went to Doha to open the Asian Games and work on the Asian Games, which happened in Doha. Qatar was like, it's still small, but it's, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't as popular.
Wasn't as popular. And I lived there for almost like a year. And then I came back to Lebanon, and that boss gave me another chance. He really liked me, and he's like, oh, you work here? I was working on the port of Beirut, imagine those days. And I was, you know, like, young guy. I mean, my dad gave me a car, and, you know, I was lucky that they used to pay the university, that my dad job used to pay university. But obviously, when he passed away, when I was about to finish my degree, I had debts.
Yeah.
Which debts in Lebanon are not like that easy to pay, because obviously you don't make money. You don't make too much money. So here I was like by myself. My sister, I'm a child of, you know, just my sister and I. We're unique. The only child, only 2 child, and then my sister had left and got married and was living in Mexico, and you will know why the connection of Mexico. And then I basically decided to move, and from there
You moved to
Dubai.
To Dubai, okay.
And
With
my friends.
With your friends, okay.
So a friend of mine said, hey, why don't you come to Dubai? And, you know, and he's my best friend. And then I started living there. First 2-3 months I had to manage with friends. 2 months. So I was selling tickets at Virgin Tickets. So a friend of mine had like a small company. We used to sell tickets, and it's kind of like I was under the table, you know.
Yeah.
Because in Dubai you need to. So I needed a job so I can stay there and get the visa and all that complexity of the Lebanese and the visa, you know, which is also one of the things.
Residency.
Yes, the residency and the working permits and all of that is really a hustle when you don't. It's not fair, you know, if you think about it. It's not fair because you come from that. It's not fair, but it's great at the same time. I'll tell you why. It's not fair because, you know, you're not equally treated like any others. So if you come to Dubai, I had to find in 1 month, I think you have 1 month or 2 months, I don't remember, to find a job. And that guy at that job need to sponsor you. So you get the visa, so you work in it. So, and obviously you need to make some money because Dubai is very expensive. So I ended up sending my CVs around, and for somehow someone, a family, a friend of mine that lives in Canada had a connection of someone that is in Dubai. And then I met this great person who became my mentor, my friend, everything for me. And I started working there. I started working in media in Dubai.
Man, but when you get faced, and this is something I noticed when I first moved here, and you moving to Dubai, it was like the first time you moved like to a completely different place.
Completely, yes.
Being there and having a deadline and not having the support you need actually motivates you, man.
Yeah.
You start like really hustling.
And that's why I was referring to, you have the two sides. The fact that you need the visa, the fact that you need the work. And then basically, you know, it hit me. We start working. We start building things from scratch. Dubai was great. You know, it was an opportunity.
What year was that?
2006 or 7.
Oh, it was the heights of Dubai.
The heights of Dubai. It was expensive to live in Dubai. I remember me and a friend were a friend of mine, my best friend, we were living and we had to rent this small car. Do you guys know the Spark? The Chevrolet Spark?
Yeah.
And
that's the smallest car.
Yes, that's the smallest car and the most like we could afford. And he's like a tall guy.
Oh my God.
His name is Eli, and I'm like a short guy. And every day we had to wake up, I had to drop him. We used to live like 45 minutes or no, maybe less, 30 minutes, I don't recall, in some outside Dubai area, so I had to drop him to his work. It's currently now a shit place where we used to live. So I'm not gonna mention the name, it's not fair. But basically it was funny. Like we used to drive every day. I need to drive him, and he always made fun of me because, you know, I have a tick, which when I'm driving, I always need to fix my buttons.
Yeah.
And I have this stick that I keep playing with them, and it's so hot in Dubai, and the AC is not working in the Spark, so I had to put my hands like this, and he makes fun of me, and one day literally we almost crashed because of this. So that was the start of it. But the start was very interesting, very tough. We didn't have like money. We used to live day by day.
What kept you going, man?
No,
what was the goal that you were seeing?
I had no choice, you know. I had no choice, guys.
When you have when you make this decision, you have to do it. If you don't do something for it, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna help you.
Yeah.
Your family is not gonna help you, probably.
I mean, look, my family, my mom and my sister can't complain. They're very, you know, they were very supportive and everything. But eventually, I'm by myself. Like, tell me who. And I had like a lot of family problems from. I'm not gonna talk about it, but it was really. People really bullied me and left me sitting there in with nothing.
Yeah.
I was very much a kid that was bullied through his childhood. Always with the idea of like, you cannot make it, you will not make it, you cannot do things, you should not be studying, blah blah blah. And I graduated with, you know, from my 2 master degrees. I graduated with a 3.8.
Wow.
You know. From my 2 masters, and I was the youngest in all the class. And So I said to myself, I think life took me I've never set like a specific target, you know.
Uh-huh.
But to your point, like what kept me going, I mean, it's all of this, you know, the bad things, the negative things, and the positive things. The bullying is part of it. It's a big part of our life, and people don't understand it. My family don't understand it, you know. Unfortunately, they don't see it, you know, and they keep replicating it to. We have this thing in Lebanon. I don't know if you know.
It's part of the culture.
Exactly. Man. That's what I want to tell you. People don't really get it. You know, they don't understand that this is a bullying thing. What you're doing right now is bullying. Like the way you do things, stuff, and talk about things is part of that bullying. So you could turn something negative and, you know, destroy your life and everything, or you can just push and keep going, you know.
This is something that we were talking about on, I think I was on the second episode, and we were talking about bullying. And man, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but in a way, it teaches you how to not give a fuck and just...
Not everyone, man.
Yeah, I told this to Julio. I told, like, it was a positive thing for you, but some people got maybe damaged. You don't know that.
I say that because, like, talking about me.
Yeah.
So for me, like the bullying and all these things helped me to improve myself and show the people that I can do more.
They didn't help you. They didn't help you enough.
Man,
I'm kidding.
Yes. The thing is, I agree with you, but I disagree because I also bullying is such. I mean, specifically here in US as well. It's part of, you know, now that I have kids, I understand this. I understand it very well.
And it's different, the bullying here.
The bullying here is different.
It's harder.
But
I
also
think.
it's the bullying that you get from your family, trust me, is the shittest thing that ever you can have. Because your own family bullying you without understanding that this is bullying, you know? Up till today, if I talk to my sister, she would say things that I'll be like, do you understand that you're just bullying? And that is not gonna make you feel better. People bully you because they have something in them that they're missing at. You know, they're missing this thing. The bulliers are not bullying because they like it. The bulliers are doing it because they actually think that they could feel stronger in a weakness part that they have.
That's a good way to put it.
That's the thing. You don't bully people. If you love someone, you would not bully them, right? If you have problems in your house, you replicate those problems outside, you know, and you use them against other people. And that becomes also bullying, you know. And I believe if you're a kid that is, or if you live within the same family and your parents don't get it, you know, or your sister or your brother don't get it, that this is not gonna make them better if they do that. It's the opposite, you know? And I was born in such a culture where everything is compared. When you're compared to others, when others are better than you, why you're not... I don't know if this is
the Lebanese culture, man.
Exactly.
It's in every family.
I don't know if this is... I would say Lebanese, but I also feel this could be very common indirectly. I've seen it in Latin cultures as well. At least the Mexicans, but I can talk about it, you know, what's my relationship with Mexico.
I think like all the culture that has like this notion of the family, where family is like everything, this is where people in your family, they get way too involved in your life and they start giving you advice, and this advice is the bullying that they are doing, because sometimes they don't see the things.
It becomes an imposed advice.
Yeah, it's exactly, and we do this. I even do this without, because it's something that...
Me too.
It's, I don't know, man. It's in our gene, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. It's, you know what? Maybe yes, maybe no. I'll get to that point. I think you know, we can jump actually to that second point, which is related because it all goes within what I'm gonna tell. But
so what happened after Dubai?
But in Dubai, I lived there. I met this great person. I worked for him for 10 years.
Wow.
With you know, I love that person. He's an idol for me. He was really, I would consider him like, when I always think about it, I always say he was like my angel when my dad passed away. And this guy basically at some place he believed in me, and I was a guy that, I'm not a guy that is easygoing at work. Like, I'm stubborn and I want to do things and I want to learn and I want to push myself. And then I did this. He trusted me. I've started flipping a lot of his businesses into the digital media. That's what my expertise started in 2007 when Facebook basically was booming or was starting. And then I started working for him, and he believed in me. And then the past 10 years, I found so many opportunities, and every time I got the chance to leave, back at the time, Yahoo and Google and Facebook offered me a job in the Middle East. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna move. And he started putting me on the CNN business where I work currently. And then I said, you know what? Maybe that's an opportunity.
Yeah.
And I have to play the long game. And with him, I said, look, I'm gonna stay and everything, but I need you to help me with one thing. I only need one thing from you. When I leave Dubai, wherever I go, I want to try to work for CNN as an employer, full employer, because we were at that time the representative of CNN in the Middle East as media. So I took care of all the digital media, blah, blah, grow that business, learned a lot from this guy. And basically, this is where it all started. I met my wife in Mexico.
So Dubai,
Yeah.
you started with representative of CNN.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you're in Mexico.
Exactly.
What the fuck, man?
Exactly. So I met my wife in Mexico. I went for a vacation to see my sister, who recently got married. It was like 2-3 years, and I was like, hey, I want to go vacation. I was like 21 or something, and I met my wife in Mexico, and we stayed friends over 5 years.
How did you meet her? Like through family?
I met her through actually a family, a Lebanese guy.
Okay.
A guy and a girl, 2 brothers. He was the best friend of the brother of Jimena, my current wife, my wife.
Okay.
My current wife. My wife. So, as if I got married 2 times.
Are you planning to have another
No,
one?
bro. Thank you. Not even thinking about it.
Shout out to Jimena.
Exactly. And then I met Jimena. And I met Jimena. We became friends. We dated for like a month, and then we went apart. Every person, like, she dated the guy, I dated a girl, couple of girls, blah, blah, whatever, couple of guys over 4 or 5 years. And then we decided suddenly to meet back in Lebanon, and took her to Lebanon. She got to meet my friends, went to summer, came back shortly, decided to move to Dubai, because also she was tired and she wanted to travel and
explore.
And she always was an explorer, Jimena. She lived also in Chile. She always was like I don't want to say the opposite of the Mexican.
Free-spirited.
But she was like really someone that is international. She's a people's person.
Foreign citizen.
Citizen. She's actually a very foreign citizen.
We should have her on the podcast.
Yeah, she's a very foreign citizen, more than you can think. And I'll tell you why. Because that mentality that we have in Lebanon, a bit of like close-minded on like we're only Lebanese, and we're open-minded, but we're also close-minded in 2 things,
Yeah.
But I got to see this also as well in Latin America and Mexico as well a lot. And we'll talk about this, but not to go through this anyway. Jimena went to live in Dubai. She lived 7 years in Dubai, and I lived almost 9. And then we said one day, Adela, we were pregnant.
You were together in Dubai.
Yes. We were together. We were working. It was tough times. It wasn't like beautiful, amazing times, But
man, if you went through shit together, man,
yeah, exactly.
That's perfect.
Yeah, we went through shit, and there was a lot of amazing time. My friends were like, we had a great friends, family. We love them till today. This is one of the things that I miss, But anyway, we'll talk about it, and the hardship of living outside of your country and outside of your comfort zone. But eventually, Jimena got pregnant with Adela. And it was really the planning. So we started planning 3 years before we leave Dubai that we want to move. And then it happened. She got pregnant with Adela. I didn't want to, to stay in Dubai. I love Dubai, but Dubai for me has not too much future in terms of like citizenship, being
Yeah.
really.
It's exactly. You can learn
Yeah.
just so much, but that's it. Like at the end, what's the future? You cannot get a citizenship. That sucks, man.
Yeah.
And you had options
Yeah.
by that time, right?
Yeah, and you know what? It's not a very fair game. I love Dubai. It's an international place and everything, but a lot of it is, you know, that Lebanese passport coming back to
Yeah.
inequality or unfairness in life. Is that Lebanese passport needed visas for every single place?
Yeah.
Many people you speak to them is like, what is a visa? I'm like, it's easy. I get it on the airport.
Yeah.
But we don't get it on the airport. We have to pay. I paid thousands of dollars. My passport were full of visas because I have to travel. I got tired from this. I'm like, you know what? It's impossible. Like, this country passport is not providing me anything, and it's limiting my future.
Man, it's crazy. I always like think about this. Like, why do you even need a passport, man? It just happened that I was born in that geographic spot on the planet. I should be able to go everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Like, shout out to John Lennon. Imagine there's no countries, you know,
exactly.
no borders, nothing. Like it's insane. We're never gonna get there.
Yeah,
Ever.
No.
I don't know for you, Julio, but I don't know if Latin American countries.
Man, he's an American. He was born here.
I mean, yeah,
It's
he was
me,
born here.
But,
But,
my
but
friends,
if he go back to his parents, and you know,
Yeah.
I don't know if your parents are first generation, second generation here, but
I'm the first generation.
He's the first generation.
okay.
Yeah.
But your
So-
parents took all of that, did all that work for you.
Yeah, like my mom did it.
So your
Yeah,
mom.
yeah.
So the reason why I'm telling you that is this is what I also wanted for my kids. I wanted fairness in life, and then from there on, it's fine.
Yeah.
But at least they're equal and fair with everything. It wasn't fair for me. I had cousins that had passports and they studied outside, and their parents had money, so they got them the passports and everything. My parents were not that rich to get me. My dad, you know, goes to the hospital. Used to be in the hospital 5 times a week. You know, getting kidney, fucking, you know, and he couldn't do that. You know, so I was not born with a fairness. So I want fairness for my kids, and from there on, it's their shit. It's their life, you know.
100%.
But I gave them something, and today it's not fair that I hold Lebanese passport, that I had to go through all that journey, when a kid of 20, 22, or 20 or 18, whatever, here in US, have so much opportunities. And I will tell you what I mean in opportunities when we get to that part. And remind me about this, because we're gonna talk about opportunities. And opportunities, it's not the American dream. We'll talk about it, but to get there, you know, there's still a bit of more spice.
Your wife got pregnant, and then you decided to move to Mexico?
Mexico.
Okay.
So this was like
Man, it's like a full journey. I love this.
Exactly. So that was
we should make a movie.
That was actually very funny. Because you know what?
The pursuit of American citizenship.
The pursuit of American citizenship. But the funny part
American
is,
dream.
But you know what? Actually, it's that thing that it came to my mind at the end. I learned all of this through living in Qatar, Dubai, Mexico, now Miami. One thing it hit me is I always thought the next place I'm gonna live in is gonna be the place.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the perfect place because it's gonna give me. So I went to Mexico.
Uh-huh.
Jimena and I moved to Mexico. We started living there. We started at her mom's house. So when I got there, I got a job offer from a big media company, Havas Media, whatever. And they offered me actually a very good offer. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I was talking to my ex-boss and my current boss of my boss, who's also Lebanese. He's, you know, global head of revenue for CNN, and they were opening Latin America, and they said, do you want to join us? You know the brand, you know everything.
Perfect.
And I'm like, but it was not just like this. It was the energy. It was the focus that I will get that job. And this is something that I always not forget, but it's amazing. Because remember what I told you, I worked as a rep at CNN.
Yeah.
I opened my doors internally, and I think I'm someone that works hard and is very dedicated, emotionally attached to his work as well, in general.
And they see that.
You know what? They saw that, but also my boss, my ex-boss, who, Marwan, was someone, more than he saw this, he believed in me. And when I tell you, it's not like the belief in me and all of this. The guy, you know, like, he opened the doors. He believed in me. You know, I involved him in everything in my life because I did not have someone that guided me in life. You know, my dad was sick and everything, and I didn't have a mentor or someone to guide me in life. You know, and like I told you, I had a lot of bullying, but I did not have someone that says to me, "Sit down here and let's talk. What do you want? What do you need?"
Man, I was reading a book the other day. It talks about social media and how to tell a story and how to make a movie and all that stuff. And they say in every story, either it's a real story, it's a movie, whatever it is, you have a hero and you have a guide for this hero.
Yeah.
And you cannot make a story and they are talking about the story because it represents real life. You cannot make it through with just a guide or just being a hero.
Yeah.
You need both. And man, that's your hero.
Yeah,
that's your guide. I'm sorry.
you're
He's
the my
hero of your
guide,
story.
my hero. I think the guy. I totally understand. I get you, and he's my guide. You know,
Yeah.
and I totally respect him and love him so much because.
Shout out to Marwan.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is that, you know, again, he pretty much, you know, I was a kid. You know, sometimes I was an asshole. Sometimes I was. You know, I'm like, you know, scream, and he screams back at me and everything. He's like this. He's so like emotional like me. But then it hit me, man. I had to stick to 9 years to that, and then I went to Mexico. I got the job. I applied to different jobs, and then I got that call, which my current VP of CNN called me, and she's like, I want to interview. And another VP back at the time was also reporting back to London. I was reporting back to London. Also interviewed me, and they're both like, okay, this is the offer. It wasn't the best offer. I would not lie to you. And again, the reason why life is not fair for a Lebanese holding passport is because I could not negotiate because I was stuck into two parts. One, and they knew it. And I'm gonna come to this again when I move to Miami. Because my thing was, I'll join you, but you will need to move me to Miami. And I need to be close to my team so we can work efficiently. That is a reason, obviously, for work. But at the same time, I also want to move to Miami because I don't want to stay in Mexico. And then from there, it all started. So I had to sacrifice my benefits, my salary, everything that I wanted. But I'm like, again, after 9 years sacrificing different opportunities, which was not a bad choice, I had to sacrifice another 2-3 years in Mexico to move to Miami. I was not happy in Mexico. And that's what I want to tell you. So when I moved to Dubai, from Dubai to Mexico, I'm like, this is the dream place. And I kept telling everyone, this is going to be amazing. The family, the ta. I couldn't handle it. I lived in Mexico. I felt, me and my wife almost were, you know, me and Jimena were almost getting divorced because we were about to kill each other. Family was too much for us. I lived my entire life almost with no family. And then suddenly you're putting for me family on top of it. Big family from both sides. My sister, who have my uncle there and everything, and Jimena. And the Latin American, you most probably would know, Julio, they're very much like Lebanese. It's funny. People don't see it. But when you say like, oh, different culture, it's, yes, obviously different language, different, but at the same time, they're very family oriented. They all sit on the table on Sunday. They sit for hours to eat, right? Different dishes. Who reminds you of that? Lebanese.
Exactly,
right?
yes.
And everyone have to not put a, you know, again, back to the, not the bullying, but here, like the
opinions,
consejos. So everyone has like an opinion, is like this and that. And by the way, when I moved to Mexico, That's very important. I barely spoke Spanish.
So much fun.
So you have a chance.
So I started learning Spanish in Dubai the last 3 years with my wife writing me stuff on the wall and singing musics,
Uh-huh.
CDs from like Mexican artists. Very funny.
Bad Bunny.
Uh,
La Cayeta Capella.
so that was actually a very funny part because I spoke 3 languages, now I speak 4, and I had to get to Mexico, learn the culture, learn the country, and people are not open-minded, bro.
No, at all.
At all, man. I was shocked. And it's the same thing if you go and work in Lebanon.
Yeah.
You cannot, because Lebanese communities are closed.
Yeah.
Mexicans are closed. Means, what I mean closed, that doesn't,
one-
that's not bad.
In a
by the way.
professional-
It's not negative or positive. But closed means that it just, you're born in the same place, lived all your life, those are your friends, you ate, drank every day with them, those are from your childhood. If you do a joke, everyone will get it. If I do a joke, no one's gonna get it.
Yeah.
Imagine with a bad Spanish. It's,
Yeah.
you know,
Man.
what the fuck? You know, like they used to
Like
say,
now, you should laugh now.
you know, I just remember that in New Year, 2017 or something, and we were singing. They were singing songs, and we had the dinner. It was 11 o'clock, man. They started singing Spanish song and Mexican song. I slept at 11:30 before New Year even happened.
You're like, nah, I'm not.
And they asked me like, why? I'm like, what do you mean why? I don't get any of your songs. And it's normal. It's fair for them, not fair for me. It's not about fairness. It's just that
it's not that
I'm
that
not
they
gonna
are bad
enjoy it.
people, Yeah.
It's they don't mean it, you know. But you go to Lebanon, you want to sing your Lebanese songs,
yeah,
and right?
It's like
What
I
happened to
was
you?
there. I was there. It's not that I was not enjoying it. I was there. Like I can't understand. Like
Exactly.
I'm doing my best,
Yeah.
trying to.
But
be
you were still
there.
having fun.
Yeah.
You will go with the mood,
Yeah.
but for once, twice.
Yeah, you cannot
but
live
not
there.
if
Yeah,
you're living
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
It's a difference. So I come back
Man,
to this.
even for me, like here in Miami, because everyone talks Spanish, sometimes I get bored of it. I'm like, man, just talk a little bit of English, so I
Yes.
can just like be
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
same page as you.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm gonna start learning Spanish.
Yeah,
know?
you should learn. I mean, if you live in Miami, you have to speak Spanish.
Un poquito español.
So the funny part is that work was tough. My people didn't want. I used to write English, speak English. People didn't want to answer me in English.
Yeah, that's a problem, man.
I tried to shift to Spanish. It took me time to understand the Spanish. I had an amazing team at CNN. Love them. Those guys helped me. You know, different nationalities. We're all from different place, and they helped me in my Spanish and everything. And now I write fluently Spanish and I speak Spanish. I present in Spanish. I do everything in Spanish because I still work for the Latin American market. But again, challenges took me there.
Uh-huh.
Great challenges. I love it. You know, I was lucky that I speak Spanish. Right now, I speak Spanish fluently with everyone. You know, people think that I'm actually, and that this is what happened actually when I was at the box. People thought in the CrossFit, people thought that I'm Latino.
Yeah.
You know, I can be like you, Julio. You know, with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
beer.
It's
And
the
everything.
same- man,
We
we-
go for
we-
Lebanese. You know.
You look alike.
Are you brothers?
Exactly. So the thing is that everybody thought that I'm Latino, and then, you know, mixing all the languages for me also was not easy. Right now, I like, you know, my English is not perfect, obviously, not even close, because that's not my first language, and Spanish is not. But right now, I mix with everything. So it's really interesting. But again, so that I had to adapt to all the Mexican culture, everything, and then I couldn't handle it. And then finally Miami came, and we moved here. And it was a great journey. I love it. I love Miami. Miami is such an international place. Again, not everything. I come back to point one. I always thought that it's about the place, but then it hit me. It's not about the place, man. It's about me. I used to be a bit dramatic, let's say, emotional driven, And always thought that the next place I'm gonna live in.
So you still think now like the next place, or this is it? This is the destination.
No, this is destination.
This
I
is
think, for me.
destination. Wow.
I think it's also destination. I was lucky, to be here today, and I come back to equality. What I want is equality for my kids. I want Adela and Alaya to have their own passport, their own liberty of choosing whatever they want, not a passport that limit them in life. Unfortunately, it is, whether we like it or not. Anyone that tells me, and I'll go back, and it might sound very racist, Dubai, you get paid based on your nationality as well.
Yeah.
You get
No,
ranked.
that's true, man.
You get ranked part of your nationality, whether we like it or not. If you're British, you're in one league. If you're Lebanese, one league. If you're Indian, in one league, or Asian. If you're European, and it's no fucking fairness. I'm not saying they're racist, but this is how it is. It's clustered.
Yeah.
Tuck, 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 tuck.
Let me ask you this question. This is a question we ask on every episode, and we ask to everyone. And we had never till this day got the same answer from anyone. For you, moving from Lebanon to Dubai, Mexico to Miami, your wife is Mexican, you are Lebanese, your kids are basically American.
Yeah.
Where's home?
That hurts actually. This question hurts me a bit, because where is home? I don't have home anymore, and that's tough. I think home for me is here today. But it actually gave me goosebumps when someone asked me this question, because I still miss my small village, my people there. Jimena, my wife, loved my village. She actually loved more the culture fact that I come from Lebanon than I actually do. And she tried to speak to my kids in Arabic. She have some words, and she pushed Adela and Alaya to speak in Arabic. But this thing still hurts me, because eventually home is where your memories are, your childhood memories, and this is where is home. For me, it's not that I care about Lebanon, but it's my entire childhood, my entire memories, the food, the taste. There are some people in my mind and my heart that I've lost them over years, that I couldn't go to their funeral, I couldn't see them even, and I was born in 1982, when the Civil War was finishing, basically. And, I got lucky. Also, another story. I have a lot of stories that are funny in my life, but I also got, a bomb in the building, and the whole glass fall on my bed when I was a baby, and my dad managed to pick me up before this happened. So those are memories, bad and good. So we used to go also underground. I don't know if you lived that as well.
No, I'm younger.
Yeah, you're younger. So I used to go underground and hide with, shooting or the bombs.
The memories of war,
it was
man.
the end. The 82 was the end. So I like 84,
no, but
85.
also in the 90s, man, they had some
I lived the
conflicts.
90s.
Yeah.
I lived the 2016 war. I was there as well. I lived all those, things and bombs, etc. and everything. But I did not live the 70s war. Like
Right.
some of my friends that did live 73, 74, 75, which was the war, know. But anyhow, the memories that I have, the places where I want to eat, this is what I miss. This is home for me. Home is my memories. And I wish I could go back to my memories, I wish I can walk with my kids, show them this. I will. Eventually I will. Life has became so much easier, traveling and everything. So for now, home is Miami, It's here. I love it. But my memories and everything are still there. So you don't get to live this. Not everyone get to live this. Not everyone is willing to live this. It's a tough one.
We always talk about this.
I miss Dubai so much. I miss all my friends, like all those guys that I consider them like my family. It's tough. I took all those decisions, and I always say, I hope it will pay me back.
Yeah. Well, if and like you said, the reason you're doing this, because you're selfless, and man, you're doing this for your kids. So it might not pay you back, but will definitely do for your kids.
Yes, well, that if it does for my kids, that's what I'd be happy as well, you know.
Yeah.
And I think life is already starting. I don't want to say pay me back, because it's not like anyone's gonna pay you back.
You see the light at the end of the tunnel right now.
It's more than light. I feel like now I get it. Now I understand things, and I did not get this again as a 20-year-old kid. That if you're born 18, whatever, you're born here, you have so many opportunities. It's just up to you how you see it.
Yeah.
The American dreams does not mean that you sit somewhere and you're gonna be like rich or smart or whatever, or you know, the amazing house and all of this. That's not the American dreams. What define American dreams, and thanks to those 2 years of, you know, COVID or wherever we passed through, and I'll tell you guys how everything changed for me in terms of perception. And again, the energy and the people that were in my life. Starting with obviously my wife. My wife is very much, you know, open-minded. Again, not easy to find a partner like this. Open-minded. She understands me. She understands my bad. She understands my good. And she works with me on those parts, which is nice, because she actually... It's not that she tolerates me, obviously. She tolerates me.
Oh, she doesn't. Sometimes I sleep outside.
She does tolerate me. But also, you know, she's the part that she called me. You know, she believes in me. It's the opposite of everything that I lived in the past, which is the bullying, the not fair, that you can do, the no exact, yeah.
So what is the American dream? You were telling me
The American dream. The American dream is the following: you have plenty of opportunity around you. It's up to you to make it. I'll tell you something very simple. I come in from a family that is very normal, small family, etc. And that family, actually, or my dad and my mom, always believed in, like, don't get loans, don't get debts.
Yeah.
You know, watch out, blah, blah, blah. Financial education.
Don't take risk.
Don't take risk. Financial education was very minimal. And it's normal.
There's zero financial education in Lebanon. Zero. Even here, the education system.
Even here. But forget the education system. The people around you. I'm sure you will find a lot in Lebanon as well. Obviously, that will guide you and everything. But none was in my, as they say in Spanish, in camino, in my way. So anyway. And then in the past 2 years, things started to change for me, and I started to realize that the American dream is up to you to live it.
You define your dream.
Yeah, I'm not to call it American dream, but like everything in life, you define, you know, what you want.
At least here you have the equality. Like if you
Exactly.
work
You have the
hard,
opportunity.
Exactly.
if you work hard, the same as other person, you're gonna get the same rewards.
Exactly.
And it's up to you to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you, like, simple thing, okay? Simple thing. I'll just tell you. If you're Lebanese, and not to talk, let's talk, Lebanese. If you're Lebanese, you don't have access neither to stock market, neither to financial, you know, opportunities, neither to many things that are normal here. Like I say stock market because I'm now trying to push myself into all that. We'll talk about it in a bit. But the point is, you don't get those opportunities somewhere else.
Yeah. And even, for example, in Dominican Republic, to get a simple job, you need contact.
Yeah.
You need to contact, and you need to study in a good university. And to study in a good university, you need money.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Yeah.
And how do you call wasta?
Yeah, it's wasta is
Well, it's like
like a little push.
not a push. It's your
recommendation.
Your dad knows someone that, you know, like I don't know what's how do you call
Nepotism.
it? Whatever.
By the way, talking about, you were telling me like we don't have financial education, and people, man, and it's funny. I heard a saying, and Casey Neistat said it in one of his video. It's a generational thing, and what he said is, everyone is sitting on the Titanic and giving you advices about something they don't know, and telling you don't do that and don't do this, and guess what?
Yeah.
We are the freaking iceberg.
Yeah.
We are the freaking iceberg, man. Because they don't know, man. They don't know.
It's just, I don't know if it's about they don't know or they know. I think they.
Man, it's different circumstances. Everything is
exactly,
different.
different opportunities. I don't want to. I don't want to judge anyone. Look, it's up to me really, and I realize what is up. What does that word mean in the past 2 years, 3 years? It's a bit late for me. I sometimes think like, I'm about to be 38, and I'm like, fuck, man. I wish I had those opportunities when I was 22, 23. If people guided me at that age, I made good money in Dubai. Okay.
So what's
I
what's
spent
your
it all in
advice?
Lebanon and I lost it.
What's your advice to your 20 years old you, or people at this age?
If I went back to the 20 years old, I'll be, don't fucking spend your money on partying. Don't waste your money on stupid stuff. Don't care about buying stuff that are, just take your money, invest it, bro. Invest it in market, invest it in stock, invest it in opportunities, invest in learning. This thing that, cliche, I don't want to sound like very cliche, but Elon Musk said, I don't need to learn. Everything is on the internet. You want to learn something? It's on the internet. Yeah. And I met this guy here recently that is literally, he's a partner of mine now. We're working on a startup. We'll talk about it a bit. This guy is like the guy that, I'll do it. I'm like, but what do you mean? That's not something that you... He's like, I'll do it. I will learn how to do it, and I will do it. And he's about maybe 32, 33, and the guy does everything. Like, everything he learns from the internet. And I'm like, yes, why not? Everything is there.
I have a professor, and he was my guide in my thesis in the university, and he always used to say this, like, if you go to the university, you're not going to learn everything. You're going to learn like 1% of everything that you're going to use in your life. Yeah. So a university is you learn how to learn. So it's up to you to keep learning every day and improving yourself.
Man, university, I said it once in one episode, and I'm going to say it again. And Elon Musk said it exactly what university is. University and having a degree is just a proof that you do your chores. Yeah. That you do something, you stick to it, and you finish it. That's it. Yeah. You barely learn anything.
Structure. Being structured in life. School and everything. Like, tell me if you remember anything from math.
Nothing.
Pi 2, blah, blah. I didn't even know what that... I've studied all of those, man. History of Lebanon, history of French. I'm like, whatever, bro. Like, I would remember 2-3 things of that, but that's it. And it's again this thing. So look, I'm someone that have a lot of energy, a lot. I was telling Simon, you're still going to the CrossFit. So I was someone that actually funny. We can use that picture maybe. I was someone that I wasn't like this, but I was fat.
Chubby.
Chubby. Yeah, not chubby. I was fat at some point, bro.
I'm trying to sugarcoat it for you.
Yeah. But I was fat, and I was like, they call me at the office. They call me like the trash bin. Like, you throw everything in it, everything will eat it. And I'm like, fuck, man. And then one day, last year of Dubai, or last 2 years, I started to change everything in my life, eating healthy, Also, never had this education in my life. No one told me in my life, work out, push yourself, do sports. The reason why sports and everything is just the structure and the fact that you can do it. Yeah. And then from there on, it's been 6 years, I think. I wake up every day. This is where I met Simon, we talked about it. I started working out by myself, running, blah, blah, blah. I wake up every day, and now I wake up at 5. I used to wake up at 7, whatever, at the time. Now I don't have the time. I have to wake up at 5 every day, get ready, go to the CrossFit, work out my hour and a half, go back home, eat shit.
Man, that by itself, like waking up every single day, man.
Yeah, I mean, doing CrossFit. Let's not say every day. I do 5 days a week. So
okay, still 5 days, which are the work days. Yeah. But this by itself motivates you, man. That you can do shit.
Yeah, and this thing, waking up early, like people. Now I understand what does that mean, waking up early.
You live more, basically,
and it's about discipline.
That's the word.
That discipline that you generate doing workouts is help you in another.
Yes.
I don't know how to say it.
Whatever, and other things in your life. Other stuff, your job. So I start my day at 5.
We need more discipline.
And I think
For
like
sure.
when you have, for example, for me, when I started doing exercises, because I have to take time to do exercises, I have to organize myself. So I
Yes.
started organize. Okay, once I'm finished work, I have to go home. I have to prepare my food for tomorrow. I have to work freelance. So tomorrow I can wake up early to do exercise.
Yeah.
And you organize yourself better and better.
But
And
that's structure.
Mhm.
That's the structure that we're talking about, and it's important in your life. I think.
And everything like now moving forward like to the future, there's a lot of distraction.
Yeah.
Way more than
Yeah.
before.
100%.
Way more than before.
Yeah.
And I saw something, man, I'm like an encyclopedia. I saw this, I read this. But I was looking at something the other day on Instagram, which is funny, man. And this guy was saying, you've been scrolling through Instagram, because I was scrolling through Instagram. You've been scrolling through Instagram. How much do you remember from what you saw?
Yeah.
I was like, damn. And I shut it off.
Yeah.
And it's funny because he posted on Instagram,
But
man.
you know what? It's yeah, but that's the thing. Like to go straight to that point and answer you is, I think this is the thing. People think that those platforms are bad for you. It's wrong. Those platforms are not bad for you. Those platforms
Depends how you use it.
depends on the content you consume. If you consume shit content, waste of time, then you're wasting your time. If you consume good content and you read and watch and blah 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 on whatever, people tell me now like TikTok is like stupid. I'm like, yeah, but if you follow what you want and you get you grasp all that information and you learn, then you're learning. And you're learning on the go. Which gets us to
But man, this is also about the algorithm those platforms use. Because they
they
know
of
what
course,
people
of course, but
get attracted to.
That's becoming part of our life. If you in everything, okay? If you watch Netflix today and you like
stopped watching Netflix.
certain type I don't know, like I watch an hour at the end of the night just to to
I
kind
just
of like
waste 1 hour a day
blink,
TV.
Open my just like not to think.
Yes.
So because I wake up at 5:15 every day, I work out, I finish my workout, I get home by 7:30. From 7:30, actually from 5 till from the time I wake up till almost 9 when I start my full time, my CNN, I'm basically reading content, listening to podcasts, reading audiobooks. I love audiobooks when I'm driving, and I start trading on crypto. So that's something that I've also been in since beginning of this year in Feb, and I start my crypto and trading in the morning before everyone is awake is actually a great thing because the Asian market close. You start here early. This is where you can pick up some opportunities. And so
I only trade in the morning, only.
Yeah.
Like from 9 till 11. After that, or at the
that's
end
the stock
of the
market.
day.
That's
or,
the stock
yeah,
market.
or at the end of
Because
the day.
They open,
Like the end of the day.
Yeah,
That's where you get. If you trade in the middle of the day, we should have another episode for just talk about the stock market.
Yeah. But anyway, the thing is that so I trade crypto is a non-stop. So this is something that I've been learning a lot, pushing myself a lot to understand. I've lost some money, but I'm also making money. So that's my second. So after that, at 9 o'clock, I start my full job, and I start working from 9 to 5:36. But obviously, I consume content as I go all day long, And I have a business on Amazon that I started right at the time when the COVID started. Wow. I started an Amazon e-commerce business, Amazon and other platforms, and that business also made me. I got to know some people. A guy actually also through that, which we became very good friends. Never met him in my life. We only talk every day, but it's all on the video conference. And this guy became also a very good guy, very good friend of mine. I've learned a lot from him. He learned a lot from me. And we've lost money together in the crypto back in March May when the crash came. I kept going, and he stopped. He didn't stop. He took a bit of like a break. I kept going. I'm like, I lost. I don't care, but I will learn more. I will push myself more, and I'll get there. And I didn't give up. So through that, also I met a guy which I mentioned earlier, the guy that
You're doing the
like to
startup
study.
with.
And we now about to finish a startup company, launching like a very interesting project. Can't talk about it, but it's about crypto and trading. And we're like a month from launching, which was also a project. And people will tell me, and this is exactly what people tell me, like, when do you have time? I'm like, what do you mean? Mobile is everywhere, everything. During your day, you're working, but that doesn't stop me from listening to other stuff.
And thinking.
I finish at 5, 6 o'clock. Then I'm, like looking at my e-commerce business. How is it doing? You set it up. It's a passive income, and then I started, it hit me. It hit me in those 2 years. Passive income is what actually I need to focus on.
Yeah.
Projects and things that could make me money while I'm sitting and working my ass on my, 9 to 5 job. And so the opportunity.
Yeah.
And this is where we come back to, I just need equality. And then those guys that I met, which are my partners now in this project, one of them is a trader. And I explained to him, he was like, oh, no. And he's young and he's making great money. And he's like, oh, you can do that, you can do this. I'm like, yeah, sorry.
If you live here.
Yeah. And I said, bro, I know you might not get what I'm going to tell you, but this is all new for me. And it's not just, it made me look dumb, maybe.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm like, I need to learn. And those guys are great at doing it. Let me learn from them. So I start learning from them. And I've lost some money, made some money, and started growing everything. And
look at you now.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I wish I'm doing much more better, but I think it's what I'm building for later.
When you say this defines, because this is what we say. When you don't just accept where you are and you keep pushing, man, you're gonna keep going. And whenever you say like, I wish I was doing more, man, that defined, like, this guy, he's gonna keep going, man.
Yeah, I mean, look, I have plenty of energy, bro. So I don't get tired. That's, maybe my wife get tired from me. But I have plenty of energy, and I still look back and see people looking at me and like, this guy, And I know, but my entire thing, what I want is, I feel like I want to get to a place where within my unfortunately, I'm actually talking about it, but I feel like, it's very transparent, but it's unfortunate. I want to get this, how do you call it? Recognition from that community. Which is sad, actually.
Which community? Lebanese community?
My people. No, my people. No, not the Lebanese, but my people, And I don't know why I'm saying it. It's funny, but I feel like the people that mostly I care about, not my wife, because my wife
already recognized
She recognized me a lot. She's actually the one that keeps pushing me. I don't tell her that every day. I don't even tell her that at all.
What do you want to tell your wife?
If she listens to this till the end.
She's
if
gonna
she
watch
listened
it.
to this till the end, man.
We're gonna post this part like on its own on Instagram, so this way she have to watch it all the way.
The fact that like I told you guys, the fact that my wife tolerates me and push me, and she's the one that calms me down, and the fact that she believes in me, and I keep telling her, I don't want you to clap for me because I hate it. I just don't want. That's not gonna keep me going. I don't want you to tell me like you're doing great, and because I am not doing as much as I want to do in my life, and yeah, I don't know, like I think I can do much more than what I'm doing right now, and only time can tell. I just feel like if I keep going in the right direction, maybe someday I'm gonna get there. She believes in me a lot, and she's not a demanding person. I'm more of like, like, just don't clap for me. I don't like people clapping for me.
Man, you shouldn't care about anyone's opinion. You shouldn't let anyone's opinion or anyone point of view of how they see you and how they think about you affects you. The only person you should care about is your partner. And you need to have this conversation with your partner, which I did, that you need to tell them and be true with them. I don't need you to tell me do this or do that. I just need you to support me whenever I fail, because I'm gonna fail, and I'm gonna need your support.
Yeah.
Don't judge me. And they're not gonna do that. Just support me whenever I fail.
And Jimena have done so much. Like I told you, I've made so much. I made good money in Dubai, and I've lost most of it because I put it in Lebanon. You know the situation. We've all lost money in Lebanon. You know, I bought an apartment, devaluation like 300%. You know, it's like now the second country after Venezuela with devaluation. You know, we had I think 250% devaluation in 2 years, I think, or a year.
In a year, man.
In a year. So I've lost everything that I built in 10 years, you know, which could have made me now, like, could have set me up for a better, you know, win here. And she was like, you know what, we took the decision. And she was telling me actually all the time, like, watch out. And I'm like, no, it's going to be fine. I'm like, and we fucked it up. And she was not like, oh, fuck, I told you. And I told you. She was not like that. She's like, you know, it happened.
Yeah.
So let's move on. You know, we cannot. So those are the things that also I see in my partner. It's and I get you, but there are stuff you have to go back in the past, and I'm being very transparent. You know, maybe I don't care, but you have to go back to the past and think like, why are you pursuing those things? You know.
Yeah.
And the fact that I had so many positive people in my life, but I had also so many negative. I'm also still stuck in seeing my negative people. And the fact that I want to change their perception in me rather than focusing on the positive people that already have a great perception in me. And for me, instead of saying, you know what, fuck everyone, which I do in general, but I still have a couple of people that are my weaknesses.
Yeah.
You know? And those couple of people are the people, you know, I have people that really like say like, if I were in my, like one of my cousin, he always
I know exactly what you're talking about.
One of my cousin is the, you know, the guy always tell me like, I admire you, you're amazing, the way you put, you know, you created your path by yourself, you know. And I started minus $10,000 in my life. My first bonus went to pay that my master degree because my dad passed away and couldn't. They stopped paying university. So all of that, I was like, I'm still stuck with those two people in my life, 2, 3, and whatever, that they still see me not what the others see me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Man,
and it's like, it's stupid, but it's also important for me.
It's just something you wanna do. I remember like last year in school, I wanted to be an architect. Like since school, I knew what I wanted to be. And when you get to the final year, you get to choose. You're either gonna do social economic or you're gonna do science, general science. So I was fair. I was a good student. I wasn't that bad. And I didn't want to do general science. I wanted to do like the biology, the science and biology it was called. But I didn't want to do social economics because for me this is for the dump kids. Yeah. And this is what they tell you. Like this is what they teach you in school. Like social economic, you're not doing good. Do economy, which is, by the way, the best. The best.
Exactly.
So whenever I was talking with the supervisor in school, and she was telling me, I told her like I want to be an architect, so this is why I want to do general science. She's like, you're not smart enough to be an architect. You're gonna do social economic. Yeah. You shouldn't do an architect. I was like, that bitch. And now, man, I wish I can go and see her and tell her, look, bitch, look what I've made of myself.
Yeah.
So this is why I know exactly what you're talking about.
I had people at 12 and 13, people telling me, don't finish school. School is not for you.
Man.
In my family.
And those are the people, man, who push you to do what you do.
And those are the people right now telling me, wow, we never thought you're going to get there.
What do you tell those people?
I don't
Fuck
care.
you.
You know, I don't care anymore about those people. It's funny. I don't care about those people anymore. But it's just shocking, right?
Man.
Like, this is the bullying that I was telling you about. An indirect bullying that people don't think that will have an impact on your life in the future. Now, again, positive impact it did for me, but it's not always positive for everyone.
When they tell you can do it, show those motherfuckers that you can do more than they expect.
Yes, but it's not always the case, Samir. Kids get suicidal and People
Yeah.
get in the corner. People get. You have to understand. Not everyone is perfect, and not everyone as well is willing to do the opposite. I did the opposite.
Yeah.
Maybe I got lucky. I got people in my way that helped me,
Yeah.
but indirectly.
We don't want to risk that with our
Because
kids.
I
man.
never spoke about this part of my life. I mean, I spoke about it once or two times. I never spoke about it in details.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking about it now for the second time here.
live.
Live. And I'm full transparent person. I'm not scared. You know, like my wife is like, why do you tell, like when you meet people and you talk to people and everything is like, why you know, I'm like, I don't like politics.
Yeah.
You know why? Like I could be much more successful in my career at a corporation, an American corporate, if I am so political.
Man.
But I don't know how to do it very well.
Man. And here
I'm
it's
learning.
all about politics.
I'm learning,
Yeah.
but I'm learning. And
Yeah.
I've learned. And I have my boss who is great. She set me up in a direction to start learning this, mentoring me and everything. But do I still fail? Yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah.
You know?
But you
I'm
learn.
learning. But I'm learning. And I got much more better on this. And trust me, working with Latin Americans also teach you a lot. And different, not to say Latin American, let's say different nationalities, you know? It's also teach you a lot. And teach you to control yourself more. And so a lot of interesting stuff. And the opportunities that I was telling you is exactly this. When I came here, the past 2 years of the COVID was the most interesting 2 years of my life. It was an eye-opener for me. I started that e-commerce business, and then again the crypto and the and you know, like all those things. Like I think I have like 4 or 5 businesses now running at the same time, small ones, but they do give me the cash flow that I need for investments. And then, you know, it's just that it hit me. It's just the American dream is basically the accessibility of so many things, having the access to so many things, and you turning it into. But if you don't sit and read and watch and study and do your homework,
You fail.
no, you're not gonna improve.
Yeah.
Gonna stay in the
Now
same place.
you can.
For me,
you
that's
can
failure.
You can sit in your but you can sit at your job, do your job, nine to
go home.
9 to 5. You'll be great at it. You'll do also good money.
And for some people, that's enough, man. Not all the people are the same.
Yeah, exactly. It's up to you. Do you want more?
Of course.
And I don't blame them either.
No, it's
They-
not.
They're the same.
No, excuse me, but there are 9 to 5 people that are doing more money than everyone and very successful at their job. They love
And
their
happy.
job and very happy, man.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm not saying that this is wrong or this is right. It's up to you to decide what you want.
Man, and this raises a question like, what's the goal in life? What are you working towards? We always talk about freedom. Like for us, freedom is happiness, not money, not anything. What is it for you, man?
I think, look, I'll be honest with you guys. I think freedom is now the new way of selling the new generation. You know, like freedom or free. You are fucking free everywhere, man. You know, if you don't want to do that job, no one is, you know, you can quit and go to another job, do whatever you want.
But you're
And-
still stuck
and-
in a job.
But what do you mean?
Financial freedom.
But let me tell you, what is financial freedom? What is financial freedom? Being a billionaire, a millionaire.
Not really. No, not really.
So what is financial freedom?
For example, if you work in cryptos,
Yeah.
the what you're doing right now. If
Yeah.
you don't have to be in an office at 9 a.m. and you can work from home and you
Yeah.
can work from Lebanon
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
you can work from Mexico.
Yeah, that's freedom.
Yeah, that's
so,
freedom.
but freedom today is on the table. You know, I mean, the biggest companies, Twitter, Google, I think maybe Google, I don't know if they're doing
Yeah, the Google too.
but
Amazon.
all those big companies now, I'm like, okay, you want to work from home? Work from home. As long as your productivity is correct. You know, at CNN, they just told us, you want to spend this year, not everyone, but different markets, depends what you handle, which market. They told us, you got to go back to work at least 3 times a week, okay? But they gave us the choice as well, you know, and I get it. And does 3 days a week at home or at the office, will not give me freedom? It's not true. Because I come back to everything. You can finish 9 to 5, but you still have 5 to 8 or 5 to 9, 4
Yeah.
hours more to do something else. And then you still have your 5 to 9 in the morning that you can also do something else. So financial freedom will come. But financial freedom, I will not have it if today I'm not working 5 to 9.
Right.
Sorry, why I'm saying 9 to 5.
9 to 5.
9 to 5, that actually I can take capital from there
And invest.
it somewhere else and have that financial freedom.
This is what you
And-
told me when we first met. You told me, I was telling you like I want to start this, and you told me don't quit your job. Use that money to invest it.
Yes.
I remember like
Yes.
when we first met, man.
You know, now everyone, my wife is actually a recruiter for big companies. And obviously you guys are aware there is a huge demand of people to work, and everyone doesn't want to work because they're paid bad. Now, I'm not agreeing that you should be paid bad, okay? That's a different thing. But people are working because they're getting paid bad, and there is an inflation. Everything is more expensive. And I get it when people ask for more money, because corporations want to keep making
The same
they
profit.
want to keep making the same profit on the back of those people, and I get it. But not everyone's gonna be rich, bro. Not everyone's gonna get this $20 million by working in crypto, you know? And that is bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
You can flip your money, but are you going to get... oh, there is a manatee here. Look at Miami, how
cool.
beautiful. So, so you can get rich if that's your target or whatever. But point is, not everyone can get rich from crypto. You know,
Yeah.
not everyone's gonna get rich. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna get rich from crypto. You know, I don't see that happening. I'll make money, but I'm not gonna get rich. It's
Yeah.
clear for me. You know, whoever's got rich because they had a vision in 2010, 2012, whatever, and they stuck to the game. They had really a good vision, long vision,
And good for them, man.
and good for them. But again, maybe you can make different type of money in a different
Right.
way. So
A
what
different vision.
Yeah, and for me, I talk about money because money is important for me.
Yeah.
I'm not like everyone else to say money. I don't care about money. I care about money. Money is very important. Whoever tell you the opposite, it's his own opinion. I think money is very important.
Man, once you have a
And-
family, everything switch, you know?
It's look, it's not about just the family, bro. It's money is
As a tool.
important.
As a tool.
Money. Fuck everyone that tells you that money is not important. That was like, okay, you want to be whatever, yeah. But then you see everyone like, you want to eat, you need money. You want to buy something, you need money. I don't want money to buy a car, a Porsche, or whatever, drive a Ferrari. That's not my. I have people that have a lot of money, and that's what they care. Brands and full brands and everything and cars and whatever. That's not what I care about. I want money for one thing, not financial freedom, because it will give me just tranquility in my hand, and I can actually wake up every morning and not to have to count the dollar. That's what I want. I don't want to count the dollar. You will always count it, how much you're rich and everything. But I just want money for me to say, you know what? I just want to be relaxed and fine. You know, it's not going to happen. I know that. It's not going to happen. Because the more you get money, the more greedy you are. The more money you want. The more. So where do you stop? I don't know. But point is, money is important. Anyone that tells you that it's not is just hiding behind the wall, hiding behind himself or whatever. But fucking everyone wants money. Look at this fucking place. Do you think those people living here, they don't want like, oh, I want to go to my breakfast. I want to have a nice breakfast in the morning, and I want people to serve me and blah blah blah. And you know, I'm wearing a nice Nike because I'm running. Blah blah blah. Yeah, but what is that? You don't care about money? What the fuck?
Right.
How are you gonna
right.
go not eat in those expensive restaurants and live in expenses and say, I don't care about money. I'm like, yeah.
You don't
right.
care because you have it already.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Oh, you didn't fucking work for it, but
Yeah.
you work your ass for it. But you want to tell me that people don't care about money?
Yeah, that's true.
It's
That's true.
bullshit.
And now, like with all those like social media and
Oh, yeah.
those gurus and
Oh, yeah.
everything, they say, man, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's bullshit. It's all a lie.
Yeah.
Especially here in Miami, there's plenty of those guys. Oh, you want to see how I made like blah 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 blah. Shut the fuck up, man.
Yeah.
Like for real.
That's what I've learned. I'm like, those get rich quick is impossible. You get lucky, maybe. There are people that get lucky, honestly, and made millions of dollars from, But again, so money is important. Is it my focus? Maybe yes. What's interesting is that whole journey and everything. Coming into here, and being here and having all this beautiful place we're living in, you know.
Miami, man, we love Miami.
I honestly, people tell me, like, do you love Miami? Huh? You know, I'm like,
Man,
yeah, I'm like, bro, but you know, I've lived in 4 or 5 countries, and I realized again, like, what is more? What do I need more?
exactly. Yeah.
Look, we live in a beautiful place, beautiful area. We have all the facilities, everything. You know,
It's like you're on a vacation
yeah, bro.
all the time.
Yeah, like, really, I cannot complain about anything.
And also, working here, people are on vacation, man, just like you.
Yeah.
So it's not very tense. It's not very corporate. It's just chill. People working, having fun, living life. That's cool, man.
Yeah,
That's
in
cool.
a way, yeah, in a way.
So yeah, man, it was amazing. Like
Yeah.
this whole journey.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
We've been going on for like an hour, 30 minutes. for now.
Wow.
Yeah, that's good.
You're not gonna put all that hour and 30 minutes.
No,
It's
I'm gonna
be-
put everything.
It's gonna be boring.
And for people watching us, you can listen to us on YouTube. Now we have Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, all under foreign citizens.
It's a nice topic, by the way. You guys are. I think it's a nice thing. You guys are starting something that is nice. You know, people want to talk about those things. They want to share their stuff with other people. So
Thank you.
Everybody
I like
have a
it.
story.
Thank you.
everyone has a story, man, and you're not unique. And you should not play the role of like the dramatic role. You should not put yourself in the corner thinking that you're the only one. You know, everyone is against you. So it's nice to hear other people. And this idea of you know, foreign
Other real people, man.
yeah.
All the podcasts,
Yeah.
they have like all those famous people. And
Yeah.
everyone have a story, but no one, man, telling the regular
Yeah,
guy
there's plenty
story.
of bullshit stories. Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's like those. Like, I want to be expanded. I'm rich. I'm
Work hard, man. You know, we are working hard. Like, I
Yeah.
swear to God, man. We are working hard. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like we're not.
Exactly. So
yeah,
I love
man.
it.
Man,
Thanks,
thank you.
guys, for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Glad. So, man, it was a very, very good episode.
Yeah. Probably we'll have another one talking about businesses and
Yeah, we'll talk about those
and
things.
crypto.
Yeah.
And crypto. And
Yeah, I'm not even close to being like,
an expert.
to talk about this, but I mean,
Your
I've
experience
I've
as-
learned. I have some experience now, but nothing even close
No,
to
but
say
even if it's a bad experience or a good experience, you know,
It's
it's an
still
experience.
story
Oh
to
yeah,
tell.
yeah, yeah, I have both sides. That's for sure.
Story to tell. And maybe we can have Jimena on one of our
Oh yeah,
episodes.
oh yeah, that would be
Shout
nice.
out to her if she's still watching till now.
Till the end.
Well, Joseph,
All right,
thank you
guys.
for being here.
Love
Nice
it.
having you.
Love it.
And guys, make sure you subscribe, leave us a comment, and
Love it.
we'll
guys.
see you on the next one.
Thanks, bro. Thanks. I
Cheers.
love it. Thanks.